look here please. If this is your convex lens, what type of lens is it, children? And it's a thin lens, isn't it? And what is this? What is this? P1 and P2 are the poles of the two curved surface. P1 and P2 are the poles of the two curved surface. Okay. Now we were talking about what, children? Principal focus. Tell me, Ujjwal, how do you define the principal focus of a convex lens? I am asking you.
Light traveling parallel to the principal axis after striking to the lens converges to the common point known as principal focus.
Meets at a common point where?
At the principal axis.
Meets at a point on the principal axis, and this point on the principal axis is known as what? Principal focus. This is known as principal focus of convex lens. Okay. And what about F1? F1 is what? Light rays starting or emerging from a point after refraction becomes parallel to principal axis. This is what? This is, see, this means this is your first focus and this is your second focus. Look onto the board. And when we talk about principal focus, which focus are we talking about? F2. We are talking about? Okay. And the distance of OF2 and OF1 will remain the same. And while you draw the ray diagrams, we also mark 2F2, isn't it? What is the meaning of 2F2? If this is F2, then 2F2, and here what you will write? 2F1. Why is that this OF2 and OF1 is same? Because the medium to both the side of the lens is the same. This is the reason why. Okay. Now, when we talk about concave, this is what? Principal axis, optical center, P1, P2, what? Light rays traveling parallel to principal axis after refraction appear to come out from a point on the principal axis, and this point on the principal axis is known as what? Principal axis, F2. No. This is the principal focus of concave lens. Okay. F2 will lie here and F1 for this will lie here. This is the principal focus of concave, and this is the principal focus of convex. Right? And F1 is this side. Same thing. OF1 is called 2F1 and this we can draw 2F1. Okay? What is the distance between optical center and focus called? Focal length. Distance between optical center and focus is called focal length. Okay? We know the sign convention. What is the sign convention? All for what? Sign convention for what? See, the light travels from left to right. Remember, all the distances when we talk about lens are measured from optical center. If we go in the direction of light, positive. If we go against the direction of light, negative. Then Meera, tell me, what will be the sign of this F here for convex? Very good. No, if it is not negative, it is positive. Is it gambling? Acha ye nahi to ye. No, if it is not negative, it is positive. What did I say? How do you, from where do you measure the distance, Meera? Which one is the optical center? And next, what did I say?
From left to right, it will be positive.
Acha, so you cannot see or what? In this direction you are going towards left to right or right to left?
Left to right, left to right.
She has, One choice, either left to right or right to left. You are giving, you are playing, you are gambling with me, no? Either this or this. Left to right. You can see you are moving in the direction of light. So plus, and here what? Against the direction of light means minus. Remember it. Clear? Now, after this, see, you may be asked the definition of optical center. In physics, whenever a definition is asked to you, the ray diagram is hidden. The question will not ask you draw the diagram. You have to draw yourself. Suppose it is optical center. So how will you define? It's a point inside the lens on the principal axis. Any ray passing through it passes undeviated. Draw it and show it. Clear to everyone? You know what is principal focus of convex lens. You know what is principal focus of concave lens. This much we have done yesterday. Right. Now, Priyanshu, tell me. Why is that after refraction, the light rays, after refraction from convex lens, the light rays, they converge, they meet at a point. Why? Why is that the convex lens is called what? Converging lens. Why is that? Why is it so? Okay, sit down. I think he has not attended that class. Tell me. Yes, Shashwat will tell me first. Yes.
Because this double concave lens is made of several prisms, and the property of this, it
Bends. Light rays towards its base. Please see, look here. Sit down. You might get a question. Why is a convex lens called converging lens? You can write in your revision copy. You write converging action of convex lens. Converging action of convex lens. What is the meaning of converging? To meet at a point. What is the meaning of converging?
to meet at a point.
Okay. Now look here. I will just explain you. Those who don't know. Look here, Pranshu. We have already done with prism, no? Look here. White light incident on a prism. What will happen? Refraction of light will take place and bending, isn't it? Bending towards its base. This is white light, and into how many components that it gets splitted? 7. You know, Vib, Gyo. You know this, isn't it? And they all bend in towards the base. Suppose this is your violet, suppose, and this is your red. Okay? All are bending towards the base. Right? Now, see, I told you this. Why does it happen so? Why does it happen so? See, look here. You know, mu is equal to C upon V. Do you know this, no? Absolute refractive index. C is what? Speed of light. And how much is it? 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Now, this is constant? That means mu is inversely proportional to speed of light? Right?
No, speed of light, not speed of the medium.
Of the light in the medium. It is speed of light, no? Not the speed of medium. Speed of light in the medium. Yes or no? Can I replace this V by n lambda? You all know?
N is frequency.
N is frequency? Yes or no? So mu is proportional to 1 upon n lambda. Frequency remains constant. What conclusion do you make? Mu is proportional to inversely proportional to lambda. More the lambda, less the. See what does this? I'll fall down because of this. See, right now. What does this refractive index of a medium signify? Bending. Isn't it? You know that the denser medium has more bending capacity. Refractive index is more. Okay. So, what is the significance of refractive index? Bending capacity. That means bending capacity is inversely proportional to lambda. What is lambda? Wavelength. Okay. More the wavelength, less is the bending. In these 7 colors, whose wavelength is the maximum? Red. This I have given you the spectrum also. 7 into 10 to the power minus 10 angstrom. Okay, and this is what? 4,000 angstrom to 7,000 angstrom. That means red has the maximum wavelength. If red has the maximum wavelength, what about the bending? Least. Understood? That is why this red shows least bending. But even though it shows least bending, it is bending towards the base. This is the general characteristics of a prism. Okay. Now, when I talk about converging action of a lens, what do we consider? That this lens is made up of several prisms whose base, see, several prisms, right, in such a way. Listen to me very carefully. I will ask you again. In such a way that the prisms which are above the principal axis have their bases in downward direction. Understood? And the prisms which are below the principal axis are arranged in such a way that their bases are in upward direction. Okay, then what will happen? What will happen if it is a prism? This is a light ray incident on it. This is a light ray incident on it, and if the base is in downward direction, what will happen? Bending will be in downward direction or upward direction? See? Okay? And same thing here. This is what? This is a parallel light ray, and in which direction is the base? So bending will be in this direction, and hence they meet each other at a point. This is called converging action of a convex lens. Okay, you write down in nutshell quickly. A convex lens is considered to be made up of several prisms as such. The prisms which are above the principal axis have their bases in downward direction. Have their bases in downward direction. Okay. And the prisms which are below the principal axis have their bases in which direction? Upward direction. As a result, The light rays incident on a convex lens meet each other at a point on the principal axis. You can draw this figure also. You can show this prism, okay, like this, divided. Written, everyone has written? Now, anyone can tell me, can explain me what will happen in concave lens? What will, apart from Dhanraj, only Dhanraj answers me, Ujjwal, apart from them. Anyone else can answer me? Yes, Saurabh Pandey, tell me, beta. Huh? No, I am asking, it will diverge, we know. That means we are talking about the diverging action of a concave lens. Yes. Anyone, Aditya, can you tell me, beta? Because you are not interested in the class. At least if whatever I am saying, you listen to me sincerely. You are looking here and there. That's it, you are distracted. You tell me, can you explain me? How many of you can explain me, raise your hand? Lakshya, can you do beta? Hi, tell me.
In a concave lens, like this incidence on it, since the prism has this base upwards, in the above the principal axis, the light ray will be incidence upwards, and below the principal axis, the light ray will be incidence downwards, because if we see the concave lens, the base will be upward above the principal axis and downward below the principal.
Very good. Very good. Just the opposite of that. What will be the opposite of that? Sit down. Pushpiraj. All the prism which are above the principal axis have their bases in upward direction, and below the principal axis all the prism will have a downward direction. As a result, when a light ray is incident on it, that means this refracted light ray will be diverged and see.
Why this deviation take place from the center only? Means that from the north.
You tell me. I have already explained you this answer.
To maintain the uniform.
Tell me. Why? You were in the class the other day when I was teaching you. Yesterday you were in my class. Online class you were there. Did I discuss this with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me. He is asking why you are showing from here, why not from here?
The light rays will reflect from their lens ways are there, and we will not be able to draw the diagram.
Yes. Sit down. See, why I am dividing this into two parts. There is a reason. The moment the light rays, when I say light rays, they are beam of light, no? Several rays are there, okay? Now, the refraction will start at any point, here also, here also, here also, right? Then it is difficult for us to draw the ray diagram. For which one will you draw? You understand? Thus, for the sake of uniformity, what we do? We assume that it comes up till here and then only it gets refracted. Clear? So now these two questions you are ready with. What are the questions you are ready with? Converging action of convex lens, diverging action of concave lens. Did you write for concave lens?
Yes,
Have you drawn?
yes,
Drawn the figure? If there is a question like this, explain the converging action of a convex lens. Don't simply write and leave the answer. Draw the ray diagram also. Okay? Now, Now, please write in your notebook heading sign convention. Sign convention. Because I see when you do the numerical, most of you get confused. What to do? What is the first rule here? What is the first rule? Light rays are incident from left to right. Right? This we have chosen and we will go accordingly. Light rays from left to right. Write down. In a nutshell, light rays incident from left to right. Done? Number 2. Left to right. All the distances will be measured from optical center. Optical center. Akansha Priya, define optical center.
It is the point on the principal axis which after the light rays get refracted inside the lens which after the refracted rays meet at the first.
No, let her answer. Nobody should help her. Let her answer. She can answer me. Harshita, can you answer what is an optical center?
It is the point on the principal axis in the lens.
Swarnima, do you know? Arunima, sorry.
It is the point on the principal axis inside the lens through which the reflected ray after reflecting its meet. An optical center it can be outside also. Ma'am, it will always.
Miss, I really wonder you need to learn this. I really wonder you need to learn this. And if I am asking you, you cannot give me answer in one sentence also properly. Can you draw it on the board? Can you draw it on the board? No. Khushi Pandey, define optical center.
It is a point on the principal axis directed to which rays after reflection without any deviation meet at the point. From the light to optical center, the light passes under.
Without deviation, meet at a point.
Passes undeviated.
Can you please draw the figure? Draw it here, draw it here. Now you define again. Figure is in front of you, you define again.
It is a point on the principal axis from when a light ray passes undeviated.
It's a point inside the lens on the principal axis through which any ray passes undeviated. I don't think there is something to learn here. You know and you can define it, isn't it? And if we are giving this definition we are giving for which type of lenses? Thin lenses. Okay, please go back. Right now, so what is the fourth? All the distances will be measured from where? Optical center. Okay, next one, distances along what? Along the direction of light will be positive. All the distances measured in the direction of light will be what? Positive. Next, all the distances against will be measured, will be negative. Above the principal axis? Below the principal axis? Negative. Below the principal axis? Negative. Okay. Now, please see. Where is the duster? Suppose this is the object AB and this is the image formed of this object. Suppose, okay, look onto the board please, all of you. Look onto the board. Small f, what does it represent, children? Focal length. And focal length of convex is what? Positive or negative? Positive. And focal length of concave is negative. Isn't it? I'm taking an example of it. You can draw it from here. You take the light from optical center. Okay? So this F represents what, children? Focal length. Look here please. Aditya, please pay attention here. U stands for what? Or I want an answer together. U stands for what? Object distance. What is the meaning of object distance? Distance of the object from the lens. From the lens, or when I say lens means it is from optical center. Okay. Now object distance, whether it's a mirror or it's a lens, you always place the object in front of the lens or the mirror. Right? If it is in front, please see. If it is in front, this is the object. Tell me first of all, which one is object distance? You tell me. Kartike. Huh? BO. He is saying BO is the object distance. Absolutely correct. Raj Jaiswal. Whether it will be positive or negative, don't play with me. Very good. Why, Raj? Tell me. Very good. Please clap hands for Raj Jaiswal. Very good, Raj. Very good. Sit down, beta. Shabash. This is your object distance and this U will be negative. Clear? Because the object will be always placed in front of that. Right? Now, two cases. Number one, if the image formed is virtual and if the image formed is real. Right? Image formed is virtual. What is the meaning? It will be formed in front of the lens. Remember, virtual means in front of the, look here, in front of the lens. Suppose the image is formed here. Just an example I am taking. Okay? Image of this object is formed here. Okay? In front of the lens only. In this case, what is your object distance? Which one is your object distance? B dash O. Sorry, image distance. B dash O is your image distance. Okay, this is your image distance. And with which alphabet do you denote this image distance? I. Who said I? Ayush? V. Okay? And if the image is virtual, what is the meaning of virtual? In front of the lens. Okay? That means it will be positive or negative? Again you have started playing with me. Ujjwal, you said positive. No. You said positive. No, I heard him saying positive. Then Raj, you said positive? Tell me why. Stand up. Come on.
negative way in the direction of.
If not negative, it not positive, it is negative. It cannot be neutral. Raj Jaiswal, can you explain me, beta? Come on.
In the height, it is positive.
Beta,
If we take the height.
who is talking about height here? Are we talking about height? Am I talking about the height of the image? What am I talking about? So फिर? Yes, Raj, tell me. He is saying this will be positive. Is he correct? No. What should be the correct answer, Raj? Why? Very good. Very good, Raj. You study like this, you will do miracles, you know. You will be the topper of the school, I am telling you. Sit down. Very good. Sit down, Dhanraj. Dhanraj is sleeping, I think. Okay. Done with this? And Meera, tell me now. Huh?
How will you define if it is asked?
No one will ask you these things. Huh?
Define virtual image.
Huh? Yes. See, sit down. When is an image formed? When two reflected or refracted rays either appear to meet or meet at a point. This is called what? Image. And if they appear to meet, what type of image? Virtual. And those appearing you show by dotted lines? Isn't it? And real by bold lines. Clear, Shashwat?
We can also write it. No. We can also write it if we can find them on slate.
Yeah, of course. Why not? See, if the question asks you, listen to me. Distinguish between virtual and real image. You have already written, I think. Refracted ray or reflected ray, they appear to meet. Virtual, and they exactly meet. Virtual cannot be taken on screen. They can be taken on screen. Okay? No.
Difference of sign.
Real images are always formed what? Below the principal axis. And virtual are always formed above the principal axis. Okay? Okay. Yes, Meera, what was my question? I forgot. Shashwat has taken a twist and I forgot. Purposely you did it, no? So that I cannot ask Meera. Meera, what was the question to you? I have thrown the question. Yes, I got it. Yes, I don't have short term. Okay. Meera, my question is, if the image is formed here, A dash, B dash, what is the image distance, beta? When I am asking you distance, Meera, you have to go along the principal axis, dear. If not O dash, OA dash, it is OB dash. Again you are playing with me. It is OB dash. Right? Tell me, positive or negative? You have changed your name? When have you changed your name? Yes, Meera, tell me. Stand up. Come on. Positive. Meera, why? Very good. Because it is in the direction of light. See, whenever you do the numericals, you have to keep these things in your mind. Sign convention. If you are clear with it, you can do the questions very easily. After explaining this, I will give you some numerical. We will do in the class itself. Wait. Don't be so excited. Right. Now, my next question to Saurabh Pandey. Sit down. Yes, Saurabh Pandey, tell me, in this figure, which one is virtual image and which one is real image? Very good. This side. And this is also A dash, B dash. Okay. So you can say this is A double dash and B double dash. Okay. Right? Very good. If not negative, positive.
Ma'am, it was correct.
This will be negative. I am asking height of the.
Height positive. Ma'am, I thought you were asking me this.
You are sitting next to Dhanraj.
No, ma'am.
That is why you are exchanging your ideas, no? Huh. Okay, height I am asking you. What about this virtual? Positive. And what about this? Clear to everyone? If you are clear with this, you can do your questions very easily. Now next you write. Yeah. You have so many queries. Yes, tell me quickly.
Do these handles vary in mirror?
No. Same. Will be formed what? Behind the mirror. That will be what? Positive. And all the real images will be formed in front. Okay. Next slide. Lens formula. Suvarna, what is lens formula? She is saying 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. Is it correct? Very good. At least she has not played with me. 1 by F is equal to 1 by V minus 1 by U. Where F stands for? V stands for? U stands for? Okay. You just close it in a rectangle. Lens formula.
Ma'am, it is just the opposite of that mirror formula.
Yeah.
Sine.
Okay.